Hi, I'm Silveus, and I'll be your server today. Before you order, I'll bring you a complimentary helping of Minecraft Let's Play. So here we go. Now, I'm not sure if anybody remembers, because I most assuredly don't. I have no idea what I was doing this game last. This is actually a problem I have when I play Minecraft, because I can't remember like what my goals were, what I was working towards. Where I was doing it, especially with like underground caves and stuff like that. I have no idea. Like which hallways I had gone down and things like that. It kind of complicates things. So yeah, if I take like any kind of extended break, and I haven't played Minecraft in maybe about a week now. So if I take any kind of like extended break, I don't remember a lot of things. But then if I try to just play like uninterrupted for a huge period of time, I like burn myself out and then can't continue in that case either. So I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, I had a cave complex that I was operating out of over here, and that I was exploring and doing things with. If I remember correctly. And this looks like I remember correctly. I think. Perhaps. Maybe. Okay. Alright. Did I go through? Oh man, I have, like, I vaguely remember this, but I don't remember this well enough to know what I'm doing. Do I go down there? Nope. Okay, that's a dead end. Let's block that. Oh, man. Ah! Right in the face! Okay, I remember going through here. Alright, yeah, I mean, parts of this ring a bell. I remember going across this. I don't remember that. I've done a poor job blocking that. Okay. I'm like carrying a door, random amounts of wool, birch stairs on me, and I have no idea why. I've got a bow with power 1 on it, which I honestly don't know what that means. But again, this is kind of ringing some bells. Ugh. Well, while I'm wandering around confused... Oh yeah, because I have no idea what I'm doing. Why is that blocked? Let's get the emeralds while I'm here. How did that get blocked? Okay, that got blocked because there was nothing in it. That's why that's blocked. Oh. Jeez. Alright. If I remember correctly, I had gone this way. Oh, I blew that bat up! Suck it, Batman. Put all that diamond over there. Alright, yeah, so, as I was saying, I also do Let's Plays for FTL and Tibia, kind of. So, I am so lost. This is where I came from, right? Yeah, alright, I crossed, so I gotta go this way. Okay, so I said this in my FTL Let's Plays. I don't know if anybody that watches my Minecraft ones also watches my FTL ones, but I'll say it again for anybody who doesn't. I was considering getting a webcam so that you could see me gesture wildly while I'm playing, because I do gesture wildly while I play. Because, you know, I think it adds something to the whole, like, me speaking thing, where if you can actually see my, like, body language and motion and stuff like that. Because, I do, like, you know, point to things and, like, you know, make hand motions and stuff like that. So anyway, long story short is, I think it adds something to it. So I was torn between, you know, spending money on another webcam, or a webcam, because this microphone setup was already more expensive than I would have liked it to have been. So I considered getting the, is this the... Yeah, okay. Let's put a torch here so I can get back in. Alright, yeah. So I considered getting a webcam. My main concern, though, was that I'm all like a shy and socially awkward person and don't really want to see people, have people see my face. So what I ended up deciding to do was get a webcam, wear a mask so that nobody can see me. I know that sounds incredibly stupid, but it was the best thing I could think of, so that's what we went with. Gotta make sure I don't accidentally catch on fire here. So, I ordered a webcam, it'll be here in a couple of days. I'll set it up, and I'll order myself a mask. And I'll set that up over my face. And then you'll all be punished by being forced to look at me. So yeah, that's that. The other thing is, I'm still looking for people to subscribe and like my videos and stuff like that. I've gotten a couple of comments so far. Still looking for some likes and subscribers, though, which would be helpful. Makes me know that I'm not entirely wasting my time with these videos. So while you're watching this, if you could, just hit that like button. Favorite. I don't know if favorites are actually a metric that gets recorded on YouTube. I should check that out at some point, but... Favorite, comment, like, subscribe, all that jazz. It does honestly, like, make me know that there's meaning in doing this. So it is very helpful when people do that. Alright, I gotta get some more stone here. That's not where I meant to put that, but you know what, I don't care. And I meant to use this. So it looks like there's nothing down there. I want to go this way. You know, I usually play on, like, peaceful, just because, you know, it's easier that way. So lava isn't really that much of a threat unless I'm falling and swimming in it in peaceful. And I'm kind of playing under the same mentality where it's like, oh, it's not that big of a deal if I accidentally step in the lava. It's definitely that big of a deal if I accidentally step in the lava. I have to make sure I don't accidentally step in the lava. Or, like, you know, double tap and sprint into the lava like I almost did right there. Alright. Bam. Bam. You know what? Let's go... We'll give it a little bit more space, I think. So, bam. God, this stresses me out. Because I don't even have a bucket of water on me. So if this goes into the crapper, I'm just screwed. Oh, and I'm hearing some kind of monster. Wait a second, did I just double back on myself? I totally doubled back on myself. Oh, don't want to do that. So where did I... Alright, I originally went this way. Okay. Now that was blocked, so I went up here. God, I already don't even know which, like, cardinal direction I'm facing. So... Whoa, would you look at that? I doubled back. Alright. Now let's go... Hold on. Boom. Alright, let's go. Now I gotta close this off on the other direction. Without falling into the lava. Any day that I don't burn to death is a good day. Am I right? That reminds me of something that I used to complain about. You ever have like a crappy day and somebody asks you like, oh, so like, how's your day? And you're like, oh yeah, you know, my day kind of sucked, right? Like, you know, nothing major. It's not like your house burnt down or anything along those lines, or like your dog got shot or something, but like, you're just having a crappy day, and somebody asks you, and you go, yeah, I'm having a crappy day. And they're like, oh yeah, and you kind of like say, oh yeah, you know, just like bad day at work, blah blah blah. Friend got, I don't know, like crappy stuff happens, nothing major. And then they're like, oh well, you know, it could be worse. Dude, that's the most annoying thing I think you can say to a person. Like, oh, it could be worse. Alright, yeah, I mean, true, it totally could be worse. I mean, pretty much every situation can be made worse by being on fire. That doesn't, like, invalidate my my crappy day that I've been having, just because, you know, it's possible for me to have been having a worse day. Regretting that I'm not carrying a bucket. I gotta go back up and get a bucket. Crap. You know, like, I don't know why people say that. Like, just because somebody somewhere is potentially having a worse day than me still doesn't mean that I'm not having a bad day. I mean, like I said, the situation can always be made worse. You could be on fire in addition to everything else. You could be starving to death in, I don't know, Somalia, getting attacked by pirates and on fire at the same time. And that would be worse than somebody who's in Somalia starving to death but not on fire. You know, it just, like, it does not make anybody feel better being told, like, the situation could be worse. Nobody's ever been like, oh man, I had a really bad day, like, my dog got lost, I stubbed my toe really hard, I was late for work, my boss yelled at me, my coworker didn't do his stuff correctly and the responsibility fell on me. Then if somebody be like, well, I mean, like, could be worse, your car could have been on fire and you could have been stabbed by a psychopath. Oh yeah. I mean, I guess that could have happened. And then somebody was like, after hearing that, being like, oh, no, right, you're totally right. Come to think of it, like, I could have been stabbed by a psychopath. Today's not actually as bad as I thought it was. I'm gonna go work harder. You just get, like, annoyed and irritated when people say that. Alright, moral of the story is, don't tell people that their day can be worse. You'll find out that your day can be worse, but when you say that to somebody, then they snap and punch you in the head. I hear unpleasant things. There's an unpleasant thing. Is this... torch. There. So I know how to get back to here. Oh, it would have been cool if I hadn't forgotten my, lol. He fell into the hole. Yeah, it'd been cool if I hadn't forgotten a bucket. Also, it would have been kind of cool if that hadn't happened. Here's hoping that that red over there is the sun rising and not the sun setting. Yeah, he missed. Because he's a loser. He's a loser. Yeah, it looks like the sun's rising, which is awesome. Boom. Badoom. 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 Badang. I'm still waiting to, like, hop up in here and find that there's a creeper inside of my little bucket o' water. Diamonds. Bow. Guess the eggs go in there. We'll put that in there too. That. Oh, God. Am I seriously not carrying any wood? Oh, God, that could have been a disaster. Alright, let's go chop down some trees. Should basically always be carrying at least some wood in Minecraft, you know. Just in case you need it for something. It is like the most common building material. Boom. Oh, look at that, man. Diamond axe. Look how fast that goes. It's amazing. Brings a tear to my eye. It really does. Not really. It probably did at one point, though. Now I'm used to it. Back when, you know, that's like one of the funny things. Like, when you first started to play, and you were using stone or wood tools, you were like, oh, this is going at normal speeds. And then you upgrade to the other stuff, and you're like, oh my god, everything is so incredibly fast. And it's wonderful. And then, oops, wrong button. Okay, I had to pause there for a minute, and now kind of don't remember what I was talking about. But I remember that I was making beds. So I guess that counts for something. I thought beds stacked. I guess they don't. First bed. Bam. Did I finish making my master suite? Okay. That would be a big no. Yeah, alright. Whatever. Poo. Alright. Back to the cave. Or kill the cow. No, I'm not gonna kill the cow. Whoops. Whoops. I meant to jump there, and instead I kind of just ran into the wall and then fell down. Oh, Minecraft. This game is a lot like The Sims. In that I can play it for hours on hours on hours and then feel like I have accomplished nothing with my time. Hopefully, you know, because like one of the issues with The Sims and why I felt like I was never accomplishing anything was because like ultimately I had nobody to show it to. Maybe if I build a giant castle and then this Let's Play video showcases it off to the world or something, I can be like, yeah, look what I did. On the other hand, I'm now, whereas previously all I had to do was make a cool castle and be like, sick, I made a cool castle. I mean, it's a sort of a waste of my time because nobody watched it, but sick, I made a cool castle. Now it's kind of like, if I make a cool castle, I'm going to be in competition with everybody else with vastly cooler things that they've built. Oh, I made this cool 2-story castle. Somebody else is going to be like, oh yeah, well, I mean, I made this replica of the White House. I'll be like, man, my castle sucks. That's like the difference between like an amateur and a professional. Or like a hobbyist and a professional or something along those lines. Like, I'll just never be able to have the skill or dedication to pull off things like that. Props to the people who can, though, of course. Like, I'm not trying to knock them in any way, shape, or form. Like, definitely props to the people that can handle those types of things. I can't. I'm envious of their ability to do so. If I cared, I could probably like mine some of this for obsidian so I could, you know, make my way to the nether. But oh man, do I not care. Adoop. Whatever. Kind of looks like maybe I can continue going on around here, so I'm gonna check it out. Nope, I mean that clearly ends there. Alright, so yeah. Looks like there's nothing here, on this side at least. Now to that way. This, by the way, kind of sucks. Alrighty. Get some more iron. Get some... Glad I wasn't standing over that block! Oh, nutsack. Alright. Continuing on to that little bit of redstone over there. I think that will be the first bit of redstone that I've mined so far. I know I got some from a chest, but yeah, I think this is the first bit I'm going to mine. I like how when you hit it, it glows. Oh! Poo. Okay, so I got one. Yep. Alright, so yeah, I got one. Alright, here's what I want to do, so to not make this video wretched for everybody involved, right? I'm going to mine this obsidian while the recording is paused so that you're not forced to suffer. So I'm gonna pause now. Okay, 20 obsidian blocks, enough for 2 of the crappier version portals so I can get into the nether and out at some point. Aren't you happy that I was able to pause the recording and not make you suffer through that? Because it was pretty terrible. I wish I was able to pause the recording and not have to suffer through that for myself. Next time I'll pay somebody else to do it for me. Alright, now I got that last little bit of redstone that I didn't notice from before. Let's get out of here. Okay, through here? Yeah. Did I? Oh, well. Okay, right. So this was all dead end up here. Good to know. Boom. Alright, so that means this is blocked off, that's blocked off. That's blocked off. So this is all blocked off? Where did I even come from? God, seriously. Okay, that's where I came. Oh my god! Oh my god. That scared the crap out of me. Alright. Whew! Seriously, it's just like walking around. Ah, I think it's hostile. Yeah, that looks hostile. Alright. Oh boy. Alright, yeah, I mean, for real, that scared the bejoneses out of me. like, holy Jesus. Whew. Alright. See, okay, that would have been one of those situations where the webcam would have been great, because you totally would have seen me leap and almost fall out of my chair. I was legitimately incredibly startled by that turn of events. Alright, yeah, let's put that behind us. Hey, look, it's another Enderman. Oh, why does this piece of water have to be so far away? So on a side note, as I slowly make my way up here, Uh, one of my other hobbies and pastimes, whatever you will, is I'm a fan of like anime and manga. And so for anybody who doesn't follow those, you're probably going to think this conversation is like utterly pointless and a waste of time. But I'm gonna have it anyway. I'm gonna kill this Enderman first, though. Wow. Seriously, he almost killed me. Also, is there nothing in this? Is this just like a double connection here? Nope, it goes up there. Alright. Well, we'll loop around real quick and go the other way. So anyway, yeah. One of the animes that I enjoyed, and I presume a bunch of other people have too, was, oh god, I'm not going to be able to pronounce this correctly. I can barely, like, pronounce most English words correctly, so let alone Japanese, and then let alone, like, fake Latin, so, like, Puella Magia Magica, or something like that. You know what I'm talking about? Magica's the important part. Everybody knows Magica if they watch anime. So yeah, I watched the first, the season of that. Alright, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. Like, no real complaints or anything I can say about it. I do have to say, I had the weirdest issue with it when I watched the anime season, because the whole time I was waiting for her to become this, like, you know, kick-ass super magical girl, right? So I had, like, assumed I knew what was happening, so the whole time I was like, okay, is the thing I'm waiting for going to happen now? No. How about now? No. How about now? No. How about now? No. So I was like, the whole process of watching it, to me at least, was like a just constant disappointment, because I was expecting something that wasn't happening. So that's not a, like, negative to the actual show. It's definitely a negative to me. So, I mean, like, definitely a problem on my end, not a problem on the show's end, in other words, is what I'm getting at. But, yeah. So, I enjoyed it. I'm not going to throw out spoilers to anybody. Just, you know. And it was... Did I... Okay. So this connects to that? God, this is kind of confusing. And there was nothing down here, right? Okay. So anyway, I finally got around to watching the Madoka movie. So there's 3 of them. And I skipped the first and the second. Because as far as I could... Whoa! Skeleton. Also, skeleton hitting me while there's lava around me. Not good. Okay. So, I skipped the first 2 movies, because as far as I could tell, they're just like retellings of the anime season. Not that I have a problem with that, but you know. I actually watched the original anime twice, once by myself and once with a friend. So I don't need to watch a retelling of it a 3rd time, in other words. So, not that I have, you know, again, it was a good anime though, I enjoyed it. Anyway, so continue on. I finally got around to watching the 3rd movie, which is an actual, like, continuation, new plot points, blah, 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 blah. And it was really, really good. Like, I was surprisingly impressed with it. I know some people will be like, oh, it didn't do it justice, or something along those lines. But, just taking it at, like, face value of, did I enjoy the show? I definitely enjoyed it. I was really surprised. I don't want to give any spoilers. But, like, there was some crazy plot twist in there. I don't know if this is, like, an example of me being, like, naive or an idiot. But as another example of a show that gave me that, like, level of surprise, has anybody played the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic games? If you have, the first one had that plot twist. You know, okay, so, spoilers. You know, alright, I'm not gonna give any spoilers, I'm sorry. I want to, and that's a pretty old game. So I feel like most people should have played it, and I feel like anybody who hasn't played it. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. All right, I'm gonna say spoilers for a second, and then so if you don't want to hear about that game and why, well, if you don't want to hear the spoiler part of that game, stop listening until I put my bucket of water on the ground, or put the bucket of water on a piece of tile above my head. Okay, spoilers, go. So yeah, the plot reveal that I didn't pick up on, that maybe other people did, and I'm just an idiot, was the whole premise of that game was like, in the past there was these two Sith lords, Darth Revan and Darth Malak, and Malak turned on his master Revan, and oh god, I'm not going up there. Revan turned on his master Malak. I'm sorry, other way around. Malak turned on his master Revan, betrayed him, and now you're trying to you're this guy or girl trying to figure out the secrets after becoming a Jedi yourself, and figure out how exactly Revan and Malak got all this stuff. And as you progress through the game, what you find out is that actually you're Darth Revan. This whole time you've just had your memories destroyed or something, and it was like this really, to me it was this really crazy reveal where I'm like, oh my god, I was the superpowered evil dude. And it also kind of gave an actual explanation for why you were so absurdly powerful, and why you have weird RPG growth, because surprise surprise, you were actually originally superpowered and you're just regaining your old powers. So anyway, that was a crazy reveal to me when it happened. I was just like, whoa, did not see that coming. So yeah, bucket of water time. Boom. Alright, spoilers over, guys. You can go back to listening. Anybody who had turned it off, stopped listening for that period of time. Alright, so as I was saying, well then. We'll just go back down, I suppose. Yeah, so Madoka had that just shocking, I did not see this at all kind of reveal that Knights of the Old Republic had. By the way, if anybody hasn't played Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, I definitely suggest you try playing it. I'm not sure. I think you can probably get it on Steam, would be my guess. I'm not too sure though how well it runs with compatibility and whatnot. And I'm pretty sure it's, I don't think it's a 360 game. I think it's just an Xbox game. So I don't even know if you can play it on a 360. But I strongly suggest you try playing it. Really good game. Uses the D20 system from Dungeons and Dragons. Hopefully that's not something that confuses people. People know what the D20 system is. Anyway, yeah, long story short, really good game, really good story. Has a sequel called The Sith Lords, which to me was super of an annoying process, because the Sith Lords obviously updated the gameplay significantly. So it had way better gameplay, but the storyline was way inferior. Storyline wasn't super terrible, but it was definitely inferior to the first, because then the first was so good, and you could tell they kind of cut things because I think they were running out of time until release and stuff like that, which is kind of the bane of any kind of media. So it's not fair to just blame that, say that's a video game problem. But yeah, so a lot of stuff was cut and not fleshed out or completed, which is a real shame. And the first area in the second game, it's called the Sith Lords, I think, was kind of a pain. I enjoyed making a new character in the first game and playing through the beginning over, because that beginning was fun. In the Sith Lords, the beginning was not fun. It was fun the first time, but it was kind of like a mystery novel fun, where the first time around you're ooh, I wonder what's going to happen. And then after you know what's going to happen, you're kind of oh, right, now this is just an incredibly long chore. Incidentally, another game that has that kind of mechanic is Tibia, which I do Let's Plays for. Tibia no longer works this way, but in the past, when you started a new character, you started on the newbie island called Rookgard. And in Rookguard, I'm gonna... Okay, cool. That does just drop me down there. Good to know. So yeah, in Rookguard, like, there's a whole bunch of, like, mini quests and different types of, you know, things for you to fight and stuff like that. And I mean, like, Rookguard's cool and all. And so the first time I was on Rookguard, I was like, wow, this is kind of like a cool game. Like, this is pretty neat. But man, after I've made, like, my 20th character and had to get them all through Rookguard, I'm like, oh my god, Rookguard. Rookguard's existence makes me not make new characters. Just like, I can't do this anymore. Sorry, Rookguard is just too soul-crushing. That's kind of how I felt with the Sith Lords. After I played that beginning area, like, the first 1 or 2 times, I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. Like, 5th, 6th time, I was just like, I'm just gonna play my old character, because I can't keep making new characters and dragging myself through this. This is just such a chore. Side note, I cleared out this way. Which is cool. Existence of a creeper, less cool. Yeah, creep that. Creeper creep. Creepy creeping creeps. Did I come from up here? Okay. So I'm making, like, decent progress in this cave. So anyway, long story short, give Knights of the Old Republic a try if you haven't already, because it is just a phenomenal game in all ways. Alright, looks like there's nothing up this way, so we can close this path off too. Also, you know, if you're looking for a old, like, 2D kind of MMORPG, you can consider giving Tibia a try. That game is difficult though, and it's kind of like, damn. Damn. Alright, I blocked that off. Did I... Why did I block that off? And then not this? Oh, God. That explosion just confused the heck out of me. Also, it looks like I'm about to be starving. So, yeah, the thing about Tibia that I think makes it unique and crappy in its own special ways... Okay, this is the way I came from, so... Is everything... I just blocked that off. That's already blocked. That's now blocked. That's blocked. This is all blocked. This is where I came from? I think? Yeah, okay, this is where... Alright. So this whole area is now completed. But I don't understand why I blocked that. And I apparently blocked that at some point too. Alright, let's go this way. Anyway. So yeah, the thing about Tibia that makes it annoying but like unique and interesting is that you're always like super easy to die in Tibia. It's like, so in most MMOs, like, you level up and then you fight stronger monsters, and it's kind of like you've powered up an equal amount, and if, you know, if the monsters are way stronger than you, it means that either you didn't level up correctly or you're just in like a particularly difficult dungeon or something along those lines. In Tibia, when you're like a stupidly high level, you can still just die in like 3 seconds. The monsters just deal so much damage that you can still just, you know, drop dead like instantly. What you do gain in Tibia is like more attack power to a certain extent, but mostly your power comes through wealth. and the ability to just carry massive amounts of healing and mana potions. That's actual Tibia strength. Mana potions, basically. So as long as you're fighting an enemy that can't kill you in one hit, basically mana potions just solve everything, or healing potions just solve everything. As long as you can't die in one hit. If you can die in one hit, that's a different situation, totally. If the monster's capable of just one-hitting you, you just shouldn't be fighting that monster. But outside of monsters that can kill you in one hit, you basically can kill anything. Like, even if your spells do very little damage, just keep drinking healing potions and mana potions while you're in front of it, and just keep hitting that one spell that deals almost no damage, but that deals some. And eventually, the enemy will die. It is kind of a weird way of things working, but... Like, there's 4 classes in Tibia. There's, Knights, which are, like, your tanky dudes, and your melee fighters. There's Druids, which are basically, like, your healers, and they also have access to ice and earth-type magic. There's your sorcerers, which are your, damage-dealing mages, and they have access to electricity and fire magic. And then you have your paladins, which I don't know how Tibia decided to call them paladins. Like, there's definitely a communication problem, or translation. I know the people that made Tibia are German. But, yeah, so paladins are basically rangers and traditional paladins mixed. Because they do have holy magic, but their thing is bows, crossbows, or, like, javelins. They don't go, like, sword and shield. They can. They're better at a... Interesting. We're just gonna pretend that's not there. They can go sword and shield, in that they're better with a sword and shield than, like, any of the mage classes are, but... If you're running your paladin trying to use a melee weapon, you're definitely playing the game wrong. Crap. I was really trying to get the skeleton to kill him so I could get a record. It didn't work, though. I screwed up. So yeah, you got those 4 classes. And then, yeah, you just kind of like... Tibia is like a major grind fest. And the more money you have that you can waste on a hunt, the better off it is. The weird thing about Tibia is, like... So I also played DDO, Dungeons & Dragons Online. And I don't know how true this is of, like, other MMOs, but I think it's pretty true. Is that basically, like, you buy equipment, you're always wearing your equipment, and then you kind of go hunt. Or, grind monsters. I don't know. I think I've only ever really heard it being referred to as hunting in Tibia. But I'm not too sure. Anyway, point is that, like, so in DDO, for example, I, buy new equipment for myself. It has, like, level requirements, or to some extent. So you get yourself some new equipment. And then you'd go hunt, maybe with, like, a small amount of healing potions or something like that for just-in-case situations. Tibia is really weird in that, like, you go out and hunt, and you spend, like, 20,000 gold on supplies, and then you hope to God that while you're out there hunting, something drops something valuable, because otherwise you just lose money on your hunt sometimes. Which is, like, a really weird mechanic for a game. You kind of gotta be, like, willing to just be like, oh, I just might go bankrupt on this hunt. Whatever. A friend of mine does that, like, really hard, where he, like, burns through a massive amount of money each time he goes hunting, and kind of just, like, hopes for the best. And he usually gets pretty lucky with it, like, rare drops, so that he can sell and remake his money. But, like, usually he's kind of just getting close to breaking even on those rare drops. And Tibia rare drops are very rare. They're not like, oh yeah, it's like a 10% chance of getting the dragon sword or something like that. Tibia, it's like, yeah, you kill dragon lords trying to get a Dragon Slayer sword, yeah, it's got like a 0.2% chance of dropping. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's cool. So yeah, like, he'll go hunt Dragon Lords, though, and they have maybe like 3 items that all have a 0.2% chance of dropping, and he needs to get like 2 to 3 of those to break even on his hunt, and if he doesn't get 2 to 3 of those, he just loses money on that hunt. But he gets pretty lucky, so things work out well for him. But yeah, it's one of the like crazy things about Tibia. It's also what made it really hard for me to like get good at it, because I really dislike. I have that like RPG mentality where I'm like, oh well, I gotta save this healing potion until I really, really, really need it. You know what I'm talking about. And then you know, so I don't use it, but it slows down your hunting because, you know, instead of like just massacring things, I'm going really slow because I'm trying not to be wasteful and overly reckless. Whereas what you have to do is just be like, yeah, I just brought like 40,000 healing potions. Charge! Chug them all as you're massacring things, and then just be on your way. I will eat this carrot. Carroty goodness. I hear something that I wish I didn't. Yeah, so anyway. So yeah, though, like at first when I was playing Tibia for the first time, I would just take 20 mana potions out. As a mage, I would take 20 mana potions and no healing potions. You know, I just rely on the mana potions to cast heal spells, because everybody has some degree of heal spells. And now as a knight who's supposed to be all about melee, when I go out to hunt, I take like 80 healing potions and like 300 mana potions. And then depending on what I'm hunting and where, those could last me maybe 30 minutes. And I do spend an enormous amount of money on them too. And a lot of times I do not break even on my hunts. Tibia's a crazy game like that. Alright, you know what? This cave sucks. I just want to be done with it. And it's just not happening. Now I got a stupid zombie. Get out of here, zombie. To be honest, I also have like no way how to get out of this cave. No idea how to get out of this cave at this point. I've been down here so long that I think I might just be living down here. My Let's Play is going to come to an end because I don't know how to leave the cave I'm in. How sad would that be? I suppose I can always just dig straight up. I just hope that I don't dig in the lava. But that sucks in its own special way, so I'm not going to do that if I can't help it. Did I come through here? Yeah, it looks like I came through there. Right, okay, so that's actually familiar to me. I did come through here. Alright, what can I throw on the floor? The door, maybe? I can throw the door on the floor. Okay, this can go on the floor, that's for sure. I just want my redstone, guys. Look, it's really all I want. It's my redstone. Because I need that for my choo-choo train that I'm going to be making later on. Choo-choo. Oh, God, I almost fell in the lava because I wasn't paying attention. Because I was making choo-choo sounds. Ah. Good enough. Alright, it is time to go back. And I don't know where that is. So my inventory's filled, and oh, both of you suck. And you suck also. This is a decently sized mass of gold there. Alright, if I remember correctly... Ah! Okay. What are you doing? Just hiding there? Camouflaged like the stone? Alrighty. I spent this entire Let's Play basically in a cave, which is kind of funny. And it's not even as bad as the viewers would potentially think, because I paused for that horrible time where I was digging out the stupid obsidian. I didn't make you suffer through that like I had to suffer through that. That's how kind of a person I am. And you know what? That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. It was my kindness. Kindness, I say. Alright, I think... Yeah! Still, there's like 8 different pathways for me to go down there, and I'm going to be there for probably a large amount when we come back. You know, I said originally that I was going to do this entire Minecraft experience as a Let's Play. But, I'm sort of considering not. And the only reason I'm considering not doing that is because, I mean, I do think this is kind of boring. I don't know. I mentioned this in a couple of my Let's Plays, but I don't watch Let's Plays. So I'm not exactly sure why people would be, like, what people are getting. I'm not sure what exactly it is about this Let's Play that would make somebody want to watch it, is what I'm saying. So, I'm not a terribly good salesman right now. And that's relevant in this situation because... Sorry, I'm so distracted on making sure I get out of this that I'm having a hard time articulating my thoughts. Yes, alright. So, I'm not sure what exactly people want out of a Let's Play video, so I'm not sure if people actually want to watch me just dig in a cave for like an hour. Part of me considers, and I guess I'll... Is that hostile to me? I'm gonna hope it's not hostile to me. I'm gonna just run under the assumption that I'm gonna continue my Let's Play as like everything, so there will be... I will not play this at all unless I'm recording. But maybe if somebody in the comments or wants to send me a message or something is like, dude, you can totally just cut out the boring crap. Like, the next time you go into the cave, just don't record it. Only record yourself, like, you know, actually building things or doing something cool. Then I'll consider that. I'm not really sure what's the best way to do it myself. I do feel like I'd probably just spend an hour doing, like, video game chores. So, I don't know. I'm gonna log myself out in this room, though. Alright, guys. So, thanks for tuning in. Save and quit. Thanks for tuning in. Child's Play. Like, comment, favorite, subscribe, click on ads if you can. And I never did take anybody's order, but you know what? It's past the time my restaurant closes, so sucks to be you.